Welcome to the Own Your Choices, Own Your Life podcast. You've landed in the right place to learn how to own your story, release subconscious beliefs, rewire your mind, and step into the impact you know you're here to create. Through outspoken publishing and NLP certifications, we share the tools and subconscious shifts that expand your voice, your message, your confidence, and your leadership. I am your host, Marsha Van Weinsberg, NLP trainer, speaker, author, and publisher. I am thrilled you are here. Let's get started. Most people think belief comes after the result. They believe that if you do more, if you hit the goal, that you will believe in yourself. That's where the confidence is going to come. That's when you're going to step into all that you can see that you can finally do. That's where the belief comes. And actually, the belief comes before you have to have the belief in yourself first. The belief is what allows the result to happen in the first place. And I have a really cool personal story to share with this because we think that work ethic is what matters. And work ethic does matter. It does matter. It's important. Yet work ethic alone will never outperform a subconscious mind that doesn't believe it's possible. So you cannot outwork something that you do not believe is possible. It always starts with the belief piece first. See, we live in a world, oh my gosh, this has been my world too. We live in a world where we work harder. There is like push more, stay disciplined, stay consistent, do it, do more, do more, do more. And those things are important to have a work ethic. It is important because nothing is going to come to you. You're not just going to be able to sit and manifest and it's going to happen. And those things are important, but what's so much more important is the belief piece underneath. Because we want the subconscious mind to be on board with what you're working towards. If not, it's constantly looking for evidence that there is proof as to why this can't happen. So I've shared the story. I shared it back in April. My husband is a Olympic lifter, masters age, and he competed at provincials in April of this year. Only a few weeks after our live podcast launched, the 1000th episode, the time where he heard from somebody who said, yes, you can do this. You are ready to go. He went and hit his numbers. And he's like, I think I can qualify for Worlds, but I don't know, Worlds is like in Greece. There's all these pieces happening. How about we back it up? And I'm like, let's focus on what we can do now. But to take you back, he actually qualified. He went and competed in provincials in April of this year, April 18th. And it was April 18th, 2025, when he completely ruptured his tricep. I'm being told that he wouldn't compete the next year and he may never compete again. So that left a lot of uncertainty, a lot of work, recovery work, belief piece that I'm telling you from the very beginning. I remember one of the first things I said to him is, what if you can actually come back stronger? What if that is possible? Now, I'm sure that doesn't feel great when your arm is in a complete, locked out brace that can't move. There's so many steps and pieces behind that people don't see. It's like the reps that you can never see. There's so many moments that happen that no one ever sees, whether you're, a podcaster, you're an author, you're putting an offer out there, you're an athlete. There are so many steps and pieces and reps and like one step forward, five back that people never ever see. And so when I saw him compete at provincials, you could see there was this little light that went, maybe I can come back. Maybe this is what it looks like. Yes, I think I can. Like, what if I can? What do I need to work on? What does it look like? I don't know if we're going to Greece. I have no idea. One thing at a time. We're literally like one piece at a time. And what it came down to is that the belief piece, like seeing yourself, in a space of, is it possible before you actually have the result? And so then the next marker became nationals, and nationals were in June, just recently, up north. And when he went to go compete at nationals, at the exact same weekend, all the European nationals are happening, the states are happening. So there's all these athletes in his category competing. So it's like numbers, what's everyone doing? What's this look like? And I couldn't tell because the way the whole thing was done, it was just there was so many people in his class that I was like, I don't know how he's doing. I can't tell from the board. I can't tell. So I got to see him partway through and that helped. But what it come down to, like as we're walking in, somebody said to him, "Oh my God, like you're back. I never thought you'd be back. This is just I didn't, people were shocked to see him because it's not a common injury to come back from." And it was the very first person who stopped said, "Are you like, wow, you're okay to come back?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm doing okay." And I'm like, "Oh, just okay, right? Just okay?" Like your body, if please take this from me, your body is listening to every single thing you are thinking and saying. So if you're in a space, imagine you're going to compete now at nationals and you're like, "Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's not bad." Sometimes it hurts a lot. And I'm like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" I looked at him and I'm like, "Your body is listening nonstop. And so how are you speaking to it?" And this message is for him, but it's also for you. And so what is the belief piece? How can you seal that? Because when you're saying that, when you're saying things like, "That's okay. I'm doing okay." Or "How's that launch going?" "It's going okay." What happens if you keep saying okay? Your subconscious mind is now scanning and searching for evidence. Lots of people looked at it. Nobody's come in. This is what it looks like. You start to convince yourself of the results that haven't happened yet. And all of a sudden, we're in a space where that brain is continuously searching and searching and searching. It looks for evidence of good or bad, positive or negative, wins or not wins. It is following your direction at all times. It wants to prove itself right. So if you're like, I'm okay. It's not the best. I don't know. It's like your subconscious mind is like, "Ooh, yeah, no, it's kind of okay." It's not the best mindset before going in to compete. And that's what it looks like. So, how instead can you shift that? Can you see what you're saying and doing? Take it back to business. If you're in a space, my very first initial part of the launch of this upcoming round of Outspoken, I don't know, I probably had 10 conversations and I had 2 people sign up. I can make a big story about 2 people, or I can jump into all of the other conversations that I had and trusting and knowing, and I'm going to keep showing up regardless. If I take it and go, "Well, what's the point? Because only 2 showed up." Well, guess what? That's the 2 I'm gonna have. And I love those 2, don't get me wrong. But that's what it comes down to is like, what's the message that you're sending? And so when we were in this space before he's getting ready to lift, I'm like, "Is this the message you wanna send your body before you go lift a shit ton of weight before your head? Is that what you want? Is kind of okay. It's okay. It's like not the best. Is that the message that you want?" And he just kinda looked. Within 30 seconds, somebody else asked him a question. He's like, "Doing really well. I'm doing really well." I'm like, "Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Keep saying it." Because how you speak is what your body is hearing. It's what your body is hearing. It's how it shows up. It's how it responds. It is your identity. How you speak and how you lead and how you follow is basically setting up the foundation for that identity. It's who you believe yourself to be. Who do you believe yourself to be? Do you believe yourself to be this recovering injured athlete that can't do something? Because that's what you're going to be looking for evidence for. Same thing is the identity that you are setting yourself up for someone who, well, I talked about my offer a couple times, but it just didn't work. No one else saw it. No one else said anything. Whatever you are speaking, your subconscious mind is following you. It's listening to you and it's continuing. So all of a sudden it continued to shift and it continued to shift. And how you show up, your energy, your state, everything follows what you're thinking, what you're saying. Everything, what you're thinking and you're saying. And work ethic is not enough. You cannot outwork something you do not believe is possible. A killer, hard, consistent work ethic won't fix a shitty language and a shitty mindset that doesn't believe that it's possible. It just won't. It just doesn't do it. So a killer work ethic can't make up for a belief that it's not possible for you, because underlying of that belief is this message and story that it's not enough. I have to do more. Not enough. I have to do more. And that's the piece you're forever chasing. Your identity is not enough, not enough, not enough. This is the same. Whether you are an entrepreneur launching a program, you are writing a book, you're building a podcast, you're growing a business, you're growing multiple businesses. Many people, I'll tell you, some of the women that we get to connect and link arms with in the Heartwired CEO Mastermind, honestly, work ethic is not the problem. It's not. It's the belief system. They have worked so hard. They've taken all of their skill set and put it into this business that they want to build. Yet, underneath what for so many of us, it's can you catch the times of self-doubt, of fear, of uncertainty, of old stories, of feeling like, ooh, this limitation, I don't know if I can do that. And what happens when you feed those things, you're fighting yourself. You're fighting yourself nonstop. And when you're fighting yourself, it's like an internal tug of war. It doesn't work. And so I get to share these episodes because Brad did tell a whole room full of people that I have been his coach for, well, 30, I don't know, a lot of years, almost 40 years. And so we're in this space that it is, I just wanted to share this story because as I watched him go out, he did fantastic. He was able to place first in his category. So he technically won nationals. Somebody coming up underneath broke his record and he was like, yep, there goes my record. And he went and actually congratulated the person. And as he did that, his last weight that he went to push on a clean and jerk, which is where he injured himself before, the last weight was the heaviest he's ever done. And he got the clean and then all of a sudden it was like, no. And he dropped the bar. And that can almost feel like, I feel scared. So is this okay that I did it? And it was a moment afterwards, he's like, I was kind of scared. And I'm like, but that's normal though. Like, what if that's actually normal? What if it doesn't mean that you can't do it? It just means it's normal because have you done that weight since before your injury? And then the answer was no. Well, it makes sense then that it would be something that would be almost a bit scary. So what if it is a way that you can put that number there and see what happens? Continue to do the work. So as he watched it over the course of the weekend, what do I know is going to happen? I don't know yet. I have no idea. By the time this releases, we will know. But we're in a space he has qualified for Worlds. That's in Greece. And that's in September. I have another whole episode coming out on that. And we're in this space where it's just an affirmation that language matters, identity matters, your belief in yourself, the words that you're saying, your subconscious mind matters, how you think, what you speak, the thoughts, all those things, what you repeat on this pattern repeat and how you speak to yourself, it all matters. And no matter what, you cannot outwork something that you do not believe is possible. This belief piece is not positive thinking. It's not. It's belief that is built through repetition, evidence, stacking wins, showing up for yourself, the language that you use, the how you regulate when it looks like nothing is working, and how you keep the promises that you set for yourself. That's the identity piece. So if you say, this is who I am, and this is how I show up, and this is what I do you actually follow through with it? Because if you don't, if you set a new plan every Monday, if you set a new plan every quarter, and you don't follow up like within, a few days, you're like, screw it, it's not working. What happens is your own body, your own subconscious mind is like, I don't believe her. We're not doing that. This is what we're doing because this is what is like safe, predictable, and familiar. We keep doing this. So how can you be honest with yourself about the words that you're speaking, how you're showing up, what you actually believe is possible for you? Because the more real and honest you can get about that, the more you're going to catch these moments that happen. And when you catch them, you're able to say, okay, wait. Oh, I saw that pattern again. I saw that pattern again. That belief in myself. And I want to share what is dropping down for you. It might require an incredible amount of work ethic and reps, more reps than you could probably ever count, more reps than you think you'd ever have to do. And it will be worth it. When you solidify the cracks in that foundation first, the belief in yourself, the words that you speak, the thoughts that you're having, how you show up for yourself, how you lead yourself, what your identity is, how those beliefs match where you want to go, that's when a lot of things can change. That's when it can actually change. And so, we took that weekend. It was a beautiful weekend. We got to watch him qualify for Greece. We get to go back to a friend's cottage and actually just anchor it in. We then took it even further. We went to Toronto, got his custom hat. This is another anchor. This hat has a lot of meaning into it. And there's like a charm there to commemorate his mom who passed last year. Like it's very, very personal. And so we continue to stack the wins for the weekend. And that's the thing. Pause, celebrate, stack wins, anchor, 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 and then keep doing it. Because it really is like if you don't pause long enough to see how far you've come and you're always on to the next thing, there's a belief underneath of that is most likely of never enough. I have to do more. And you don't have to do more. You're being asked to be more. You're being asked to show up more for yourself. You're being asked to look at that belief system and look at where there are some cracks in that foundation. And knowing that this is a word, some language, some pieces and things that you're saying to yourself, the more real you can get about that, the better. I know this story was primarily about him and what he won and what he accomplished and what he achieved. And you can take it and extrapolate it for any entrepreneur. Anyone in a space who is doing something new that they haven't done before, something that is involving like fear and unknown and uncertainty. That's what it looks like. And so when you're in this space, I want you to literally just ask yourself, what do I believe is possible about myself to achieve that goal? And do my words match with where I want to go? Do my thoughts match? Do my identity match? Does my language, does my habits, my actions, does it all match with where I say I want to go? Because that is how you start to see. When you get clear on those gaps and start to seal those gaps, you stop the inner tug of war that's happening within you. And it just frees you up for so much more to be able to hold and see what you're doing and what you're creating. But I want to share this personal story because a year ago, he was told it wasn't possible. It wasn't going to happen. His surgeon even told him that maybe you should take up marathon running, which is absolutely hilarious because he's not a small guy. And that's where I said, have you seen this injury before? And he said, no, I've never seen it. This is the surgeon who actually operated on it. I'd never seen it. I had to get a colleague to help me with this one. Amazing. Have you ever seen a 55-year-old? It's Olympic lifting, but masters, world level. No. I'm like, okay. So it's safe to say you don't know where he's going to be in a year. So let's not put the worst case scenario out there. Let's pull it back and see what is possible. And then get your words, your belief system all in alignment with where you're going. And that is the foundation of belief. And that is when it's all going to change. I hope this message supported you. Continue to follow along and we'll see where he ends up in September. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Own Your Choices, Own Your Life. I invite you to tag me on social media with your takeaways or share it with a friend. If you feel called, please leave a 5-star review and I would be forever grateful. Until next time, remember, when you own your choices, you own your life.